Another topic that you talk about in the book, again, a lot of these post-its that I have here in stars, it's around appreciation and taking the time to praise those on your team. And it sounded like Coach Dan was a master at this. And I love the quote that you used in here: bottle that one up and put a cap on it.
Well, yeah, that one came back to his coaching philosophy.
Yeah.
And we'll move to appreciation in a sec, but his big thing was, we always stop it on the best rep. So whether you're practicing things or a new skill and someone's trying to get better at it, there's usually going to be ups and downs. And Dan's coaching philosophy was always less volume per session, but more higher frequency of overall sessions. Mm-hmm. And so you don't sit there and work it again and again to the point of fatigue where your learning is now just getting more in because we got to work for 4 hours, but you're already exhausted. Once you did it really well for that time, stop. Mm-hmm. Cap it, because he wanted muscle memory, mental memory, and confidence to leave a session leading to the next, where, just keep doing things again and again because we're going to work for 4 hours doing it. He knew wore you out and led to bad repetition of wrong training because you were fatigued. So right. It went right. Even if we had 20 more minutes to work on, stop it. Let's leave there. We'll come back tomorrow and pick up on a great rep. And I think that's a universal statement that it's hard for us as humans and competitive humans. We just want to do more. Once it's done right, leave it and come back and do it right again tomorrow. There's no sense in doing it again and again past that point when you start fatiguing and it's not being done right. You're doing a whole bunch of negative actions, and that's a harder discipline than doing more. Mm-hmm. Doing less is a far harder discipline. When it's done right, leave it alone. But Dan understood also that what gets praised gets repeated, mm-hmm. right? What gets rewarded gets repeated, mm-hmm. and so you shout praise and you whisper criticism. That was a big thing where you remember the louder of the two, and so. When things were great, you did something well, the world's going to know about it right in front of everyone. He understood public praise was important, but he also understood private praise was also extremely important. And I think we need to do both. And I think a lot of people that are strong in one suit maybe don't do the other one, and they go, this is how I like to praise my people. Mm-hmm. I think both are very, very important. And Dan's not a tech guy, so it wasn't like he was posting on social media. I don't think what the word social media is. Yeah. But, when you went to our meetings, there was daily awards, and they seemed nominal in terms of price, but it didn't matter. You played a good game and you met your standard for the week. We would get a payday chocolate bar, okay, chocolate bar, right? $1.50 chocolate bar, but you earned your pay, and everyone that did it would get one. And you met something that, you open a bar and you get to have some fun. We're like little kids again, though, right? It was and everyone was excited. You'd walk up and shake his hand and he'd cheer in our meetings. And he had other little things where, if you played a perfect game, which would happen 5 or 6 times in a season in our whole team, you'd get this little Home Depot or Office Depot eraser, the dry board erasers.
Yes.
You erased your opponent from the game. And he just have it in a Sharpie, your name and the date, like $1.25 gift. I have my 3 at home, and I'll never let go of them. They're the most prized possessions I have from my playing days in terms of awards. They meant a lot to be able to walk up in front of your teammates and have him give you a big hug and stare you in the eye and say, you played a perfect game. I am so proud of you. Mm-hmm. Okay, and those were public things. And we also had our grades on the board, and that was a way to keeping standards, not just objective, but public. He understood competitiveness. We need to see where we're at. We needed to. You're not going to hide from that.